Guys, I don't know if you know, but I was not always the Andre you see now. I used to party a lot, drink, take drugs. I had a small following on social media. I was not in the same shape that I have now. I just made a decision. I made a decision to get structured in my life, get disciplined, to change my life, to create a personal brand, to grow my social media, to get in the best shape of my life, to create a family. I decided to do all that and I did it. And this video is about that. If you are the kind of person that cannot stay on the video for the duration of the whole video without clicking away, this video is not for you. But if you are the kind of person that can and you are ready to transform your life, grab your notebook, grab your pen and paper, because this video is full of value. It has my complete transformation from 0 to 200,000 followers, from not being in shape to being in shape, and to creating a 6-figure personal brand. I know you've been following me, I know you want to know how I did it, and now the next video will break down everything from A to Z. Let's go. Hi guys, I'm super excited about this video on how I built a 6-figure personal brand in 12 months using discipline, mindset, knowledge, all while raising a family, competing in fitness challenges, and staying under 10% body fat. As you can see in the pictures above, I wasn't born like this. I used to be a party promoter. I used not to have discipline. I used to live in a one-bedroom apartment. I used not to have any social media presence at all, no personal brand. I used not to be an online coach, not even to know how to do it. But I decided to focus all the time that I had in learning the skills that I needed to get in the best shape of my life and to build a personal brand online. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm here to teach you how to do, because a lot of you guys that follow me for years or for months or weeks or days, you are following me because you like my personal brand. You're following me because you want to learn from me. So I decided to do this video so you can learn from me for free and learn exactly the steps that I took to transform my life so you can also transform yours. So how? I had no one around me doing this. I was surrounded by people in nightlife, addictions, chaos, total chaos. So sometimes you have the excuse that you don't know how and that you don't have people around you that is doing the same thing that you want to do, and that people doesn't believe you. That's just an excuse. I never had anybody around me that is an online coach. I never had anybody in my circle that even talks about it. But I have internet. I'm online. I see things. So I create my own dreams and I can go after them, whether or not I have people around that is doing the same. Of course, I got rid of all the people that was not in alignment with my goal, so I could focus. But I got rid of people that was not in alignment with my goal, but I didn't necessarily found a bunch of people that was in alignment with my goal, because my goals are specific to me, and I will never find, unless it's online, the specific cases that I follow. I will never find somebody that is like 100% aligned with my goals, and that's okay. Just to tell you that I tried everything when I started to, when I decided to change my life. I tried everything: fitness coaching programs, content creation courses, life coaching programs. I bought PDFs from a bunch of coaches. I just wanted to learn. I had no expectations of whatsoever. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to see behind the curtain. I just wanted to understand what is it that I was missing. And that gave me a lot of knowledge. During the process that I was doing my transformation, I kept posting on social media. I posted for 2-3 years with no results or whatsoever, nothing worked. But I kept on posting, because I knew one thing: if I keep posting, even when I don't know what I'm doing, even when I don't know where this is going to take me, I know that I'm building character, and I know that I'm praying for my luck to come, because whoever judges our work, I think, is God. Whoever judges our work, whoever puts us in position, will see that I deserve this. After years of trial and error, I finally found a system and a way of living that works for me. Who is this for? If you've bought the courses, followed influencers, and still feel like you are miles away from where you should be, this is for you. If you know you have the skills, but you're not yet the version of yourself that people would pay to learn from, this is for you. If you are done pretending you have potential and you are finally ready to prove it, this is for you. If you're not afraid of hard work, you believe in yourself, and you just want a clear framework to start selling your skills online, this is definitely for you. If you don't have a monetizable skill yet, which is a lot of people, but you are ready to master yourself, document the journey, and build a brand around who you are becoming, this is for you. If you believe in paying for knowledge the same way that I do, and you are ready to commit financially to reach your goals faster, this is for you. Who is this not for? If you're not willing to commit serious time and dedication, if you don't believe in extreme ownership over your life, body, and income, if you are still addicted to consuming content and allergic to taking action, if you think you can build a brand without first building yourself, if you want results but refuse to follow the habits and actions that actually create them, if this isn't your top priority, your number one goal and obsession, don't waste your time or mine. Now, here's the truth. Everyone thinks you need a team, a videographer, insane editing skills, years of experience, or some over-the-top online persona to build a brand that pays. But that's not the case. This is what I did. I invested in coaching and digital products to learn how to create content. Because, let's be real, everybody wants to create content online, and nobody wants to invest in learning how to do it. There's a lot of people posting with no sense, with no skills. It's the same that a bunch of people decides now to be football players, and they all put the gear on and they run on a football field and start playing and expect results. And that's a lot of what's happening online. I didn't do that. I knew I needed the knowledge because I had the desire. I have tried to go viral online. I tried to build my personal brand, but I just had no idea. I was posting with no sense. So I knew that what's stopping me from doing what I wanted to do was knowledge. So I invested in coaching and digital products to learn how to create content and research for hours. I studied the skills of storytelling and content creation like my life depended on it. I mastered my body and my mind because attention follows presence and presence comes from discipline. I knew very quickly, I don't have a Ferrari, I don't have a big mansion, so I cannot compete with those things. I'm also not the most famous guy in the world. I probably don't live the most interesting life in the world. So I knew that something that I could take control over to bring attention was my body and the strength of my mind, the quality of challenges that I was able to endure, the quality of challenge that I was able to overcome, and how fit did I look? Because let's be honest, you want to be online, you want to be on social media, and you want people to see your reels, but nobody gives a shit about who you are. Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about me. But if you have an attractive body, people will stop. What did you do? They are not following because they like you. They are not following because of anything. They are following because they have to follow. They are following because you achieved a result and you act in a way that they didn't yet achieved. So that's why people decide to follow. People don't follow you because they love you. People don't follow me because they love me. People follow me because they have to, because there's something special about me that triggers them, that intrigues them, that makes them curious. Another thing that I did is that I focus on what I always loved: the performance of the body, the strength of the mind, and helping others become their best. Another thing that I did is that I focus on the things that I loved: performance of the body, strength of the mind, and helping others becoming their best version. Those were things that I was always in love with, always. I didn't just decided to follow it because of a trend. I didn't decide to follow it because it was cool. I didn't decide to follow it because I thought that I would have more clients. These are and were my passions. These are the things that consume my whole day, whether or not I'm being paid to do it. That's why I decided to go this route. routes that you will choose in the future of your personal brand need to be directly connected with something that you are excited about, something that you have a competitive advantage in, because you are so interested, you are so excited, you want to learn more and more about this, and this is your lifestyle. For me, that's the way it works. What I did was investing in knowledge, mastering my body and mind, and focusing on the things that I loved, which is performance of the body, strength of the mind, and teaching others. I love teaching. If you know me, if you are around me, I'm always talking, trying to teach people. Now my girlfriend always tells me, God damn, everywhere we go, you are trying to teach people about ChatGPT. Yes, because I'm super excited about ChatGPT. So I talk about it as much as I can. I'm sorry about that. The truth is, you don't need a team. You don't need a niche or crazy content to build a brand that pays. You just need to master yourself, your body, your mind, and your knowledge, and share what you are learning or already know in real time. Whether you are starting from scratch or already have value to offer, this is about becoming someone people trust, not someone they scroll past. People get it confused. They think that personal brands are made by videographers, photographers, and yeah, when you grow your personal brand and when you are making thousands and thousands of dollars, yes, you can build a team, but you don't start in the beginning when you don't have any money with a team. You start with yourself. So what you need to do is to master yourself, your body, because your body brings attention. And if you don't want to spend money for advertisement, and plus it's healthy, master your body, master your mind. Because if you don't master your mind, how are you going to endure all the learnings that you need to have to become a strong personal brand, to learn how to edit videos, to learn how to post, to learn how to... There's so many things that go into building a personal brand. If you don't master your mind, you're not going to endure that. And then master your knowledge. If you don't know how to make a reel, if you don't know how to search for a reel, if you don't know what makes content going viral, if you don't know what are the strategies for stories, if you don't know about email marketing, if you don't know what is a funnel, if you don't know all of these things, there's so much knowledge that you don't know that you're not going to be able to communicate your message. That's why knowledge is super important. And whether you're starting from scratch or you already have a skill, for example, you already had a personal trainer, or you already had an accountant, or you already teach English or teach Spanish, or you are an engineer, or you know how to program, any skill can be monetized. But even if you don't have a skill and all you have is yourself, it's okay, because you still have a body, you still have a mind, and you still can acquire knowledge, so you can become a personal brand. So this is just about becoming someone people trust, not someone people scroll through. And if you're not nothing special, people will just scroll through you, because why should they waste their time looking at you if you are nothing special? But if you master your body and your mind and your knowledge, you straight away become somebody very special, very important, very powerful. If you want that person to be you, I'll show you exactly how to build a personal brand that pays you without faking, forcing, or burning out. Meaning, don't be creating a personal brand about a topic that you're not interested in, let's say trading, let's say cooking, let's say anything that you're not interested about, digital marketing, you name it, and then you have no idea what you are doing. You are just posting with no emotional connection to what you are posting, because you don't have emotional connection to what you are posting. You also don't understand when you are making mistakes, when you are not communicating properly. You don't understand the lack of knowledge that you have, because you don't have passion about the subject. So you see everything like in a very shallow way, and you end up not having results. You don't want to have results because you also don't like what you are doing, and you are like faking it, you're forcing it, and you end up burning out. Don't do that. I'll show you exactly how to master your body, because I had to master my body. I have a six pack. I have a 9% body fat. I've run the marathons. I've run half marathons. Last weekend I just ran a 60-kilometer run. I know how to master my body and my mind. I also know how to master my message. That's why I have almost 200,000 followers on Instagram, and that's why you're listening to this video right now. I can show you how to do that. How to show up online with presence, even if you're not a content expert or influencer. You can show up online with presence, even if you're not a content creator or influencer. It's very easy. You just need to know how. It comes from modeling, to learning how to model other people quickly. So you don't need years and years and years of experience. You need to know what you are doing. I will show you also how to sell your story, your skills, or your transformation, even if you're still becoming the person you want to be. Becoming the person you want to be is sometimes the gold in social media. Sometimes it's the diamond in social media. To become the person you want to be in front of others. Because if today is day one of you being super disciplined, and you take it very seriously, and you document everything with photos, videos, with conversations, and so on, and you do that for 60 days straight, and you know exactly what you are doing, you know exactly how to document it, and you know exactly how to put the content together to put it out, in 60 days, you risk yourself to have a very powerful brand because you were disciplined for 60 days straight. And to be disciplined for 60, 90, 180 days straight is very difficult. Almost nobody does it. And the results that you will have from eating right, taking care of your mind, and the learning consistently for those amounts of time that I just said will yield you incredible results. And if that is documented, you become straight away an authority, and you can go from zero to hundreds of thousands of followers just because you did that. And that's true to you. You sell your story, your skills, but even if you don't have a story, you always have a story. But even if you don't have skills, you can sell your transformation of you becoming the person that you want to be. All right? In case you don't know me, here's a quick story on how I got here. Before I built a brand, I was lost. I was partying, going out, drinking, doing drugs. I was a party promoter. I was okay at it. I would not say that I was ultra successful, but I made some money with it. I supported myself with it, so it was fine. But with that came a lifestyle of partying, girls, drinking, bad company. So I was the guy with potential, but no structure, no confidence, and at times no direction. I kept starting over and over every 3 months, new plans, new routines, and the same results, nothing, because I never stuck to anything long enough. Maybe this happens with you as well, that you want to do something, you didn't think deeply about it, so after 1, 2 months, things are not going your way, you change to something else, and then you change to something else, and then you change to something else, and then 3 years go by, 6 years go by, 10 years go by, and you have nothing to show for. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I actually put a lot of work in different things, but I'm always restarting it. And if I think properly about this, if I would have just stuck to this one thing that I tried once 10 years ago, if I kept doing just this one thing for 10 years, I'll be successful right now. So I kept starting every 3 months, new plans, new routines. I never thought deeply about anything, and then the results was nothing. What changed in my life wasn't content tips or morning routines. What changed in my life was I made a decision. I made a decision to master my body, to fix my mind. And to fix my mind, I used books and podcasts. I would listen to podcasts, Patrick Bet David, to Joe Rogan, to multiple other guys, people that had great ideas, and I love to listen to Cristiano Ronaldo and just listen these ideas and let them marinate in your brain for you to have a different mindset. If this is the people that I admire, so I want to acquire their mindset. And then I read very powerful books, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. It's a very great book for mindset, for the way you need to think in order to reach your goals. I read Think and Grow Rich. I read Outwitting the Devil. I read The Richest Man in Babylon, and all these books, they have very simple, specific things that can help you turn your life around and help me turn my life around in terms of the way I think. Instead of looking for the problem, looking for the solution, instead of like always changing my routes, adapting my routes, yes, but always having a specific goal, a specific desire, and never stopping until I until I reach until I reach my final goal. And this was also a decision to build something I could live off and actually be proud of, because there's so many things that you can do online, so many things that you can do in life, period. But when I was doing parties, I was proud of it when I was younger. I started doing parties when I was 21, 22, 23. It was was super cool to me. But then when I started getting close to 30 and I had still to attend the events, and I started to see a disconnect between me and my clients, because I was the party promoter, I was the public relations, I was involved with the people. And then at a certain moment, when you no longer have that connection that in the beginning was magical, that helped me to build my business, but after a while you start not being proud of what you are doing. And I never wanted to feel that again. I never want to feel that again. So I really put my mind into building something that I would be proud of, something that I would like to brag about, you know. So definitely getting in the best shape of my life is it definitely that I want to brag about all the time. Creating content online about my lifestyle, about the life with my family, about the things that I learned is something that I'm proud about. And helping others how to grow their social media, seeing others achieving their results, seeing others starting making their first sales is something that fills me with pride. I can go anywhere and be like, oh, look at my Instagram account, 200,000 followers. I started from nothing. I learned all the skills on my own. This is something that I built that actually makes me proud. And that was a decision that I made that changed a lot in my life. The BMM method is a system I built through my own trial and error after wasting years partying, promoting parties, doing odd jobs, training hard without structure, and trying to post content that never converted. Now I've decided to break it all down for you for free, for absolutely nothing. So please pay attention. In the next few steps, I'll break down exactly how I went from drifting between jobs and bad habits to building a six-figure personal brand by mastering my body, my mind, and my message without followers, niche eggs, or pretending to be someone that I wasn't. The BMM is the framework that I've used to completely change my life around, to get in the best shape of my life, to grow a personal brand, to grow my social media to almost 200,000 followers, to have a prosperous family, to have a personal brand that yields over six figures every single year, and to help others doing the same. I want you to focus on these 4 steps of the framework. Number 1, decide what you want to learn and invest all of your time and money in knowledge in order to master that skill that will give you what you want. For example, being a content creator or being an online coach. There's no other way. There's no fastest way for you to turn your dreams into a reality than decided what you want to learn and learn it. Invest your time and money into learning it, because learning it is what unlocks everything else. You need to learn. You cannot skip the step of learning. Step number 2, master your body and mind. Become someone worth listening, watching. Everything you have to do is incredibly valuable. Being in top shape and having control over your mind is incredibly valuable. Why? Because most of people is not on top shape and most people has not strong minds. So some people is not in top shape, They don't have strong minds, but they have $1 million in the account. Okay, they can build a brand around that. Some people, they they are not in top shape or whatever, but they have a mansion, they have a Ferrari. Okay, but when you are starting from scratch and you don't want to, or you cannot even buy a Ferrari because you need to get attention with something that is super healthy, is super sexy, is super attractive, and nobody can buy it, nobody can take it from you, and goes everywhere that you go. Work on your mind to be a mind of steel and get strong in your body because it goes with you everywhere. You don't need to speak. If you are in terrific shape, you go somewhere and people will stop and listen. You do something on social media and people will watch because it's visible that you are different. Number three, create content. Content is how you communicate, promote, and that's how others find you. Creating content, it's free and it's a high leverage skill. If you are talking with your friends about fitness, if you are teaching your sister, if you are teaching your brother, if you are teaching your friend about fitness, or if you are teaching them about social media, or if you are talking with your friends about something that you love, only your friends that are next to you can see it. Only them can benefit from that. But if I do the exact same thing, but I do it through content creation, I have videos that have 15 million views. I have videos that have 4 million views. So it's such a high leverage. It helps people that needs me, needs my message, needs to learn from me to find me for free. And then I share the same message that I would share in a closed room or with a couple of friends to millions of people. So it's a high leverage skill and is one of the most important skills of recent years. So learn how to create content. That's key. Number four, help others. Some people think that helping others in social media is just being a online coach on fitness or online coach on online coaching or growing social media. But every single problem that is on earth, that there is a solution that took you time to learn. Fix bathrooms. I learned sometime I had my bathroom clogged, and I remember I went on YouTube and I searched for how to unclog the bathroom. I saw a video. I repeated what they did, so that video helped me. That video probably has millions of views, and the person is monetizing that video, is making money. If you know how to buy and sell houses, that's everything that you know to do, every skill that you are crystal clear about how it works, and there is a certain number of people that needs that skill to unlock their lives, is something that you can monetize. Doesn't need to be something or something specific. Anything can be monetized, and there's so many valuable people that I see. I went to do 60 kilometers last weekend, and both guys, one is 45 years old, another one is 44. They are both in terrific shape, but they don't know how to use social media so well. So one is using social media but doesn't have the skills, so doesn't reach almost anybody, which is it's a shame. The other one has a couple of followers, but this guy could have hundreds of thousands of followers because he's been married for 20 years. He's divorced. He has a daughter with 21 years. He's a policeman. He runs 60 kilometers this week and he's in terrific shape, but nobody knows him. So every skill that you master, every challenge that you face and manage to overcome is now something you can help others learn and overcome as well. Make it your mission to help as many people as you can unlock themselves and reach their goals by using your knowledge, experience, and content creation. And also, helping others will give you freedom, because if you have a skill and you didn't learn how to create content, you didn't master your body, and you didn't master your mind, you cannot spread your skill. You don't know how to get how to reach more people. And if you have a skill that pays you highly at your job, and then now you want to do a side hustle. You could do a side hustle with that skill if you know how to create content. But now you get home, you cannot use your time wisely because you don't know how to create content. Maybe you need to go find another job, another part-time job. But your part-time job could be creating content, getting in good shape. That's something that elevates you, working on your mind, start putting content out. Maybe you are an accountant, start being like the sexy accountant on Instagram. You know, make it fun, and then suddenly you are getting clients through your Instagram account. Now you are making almost the same money that you were doing in your accounting firm or on your teaching school or whatever, but you're doing through your Instagram. Now the incomes are almost the same. Now you can decide to take half a year off because you know what I mean. But you need to make these 4 steps in order to make that a reality. Now let me show you the exact system I used to go from 0 followers, lost, broke, and invisible to building a 6-figure personal brand using nothing but my body, my mind, and my knowledge. The only thing I needed was consistency and the decision that I wouldn't stop until I hit my highest potential. And you need, before anything, to decide to become unstoppable. I've decided to become unstoppable. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can deter me to reaching my goals. That was the biggest mindset shift I've made in my life, which is I'll be the fittest I can be. I'll be the best online coach I can be. I'll be the best content creator I can be. I'll be the best father I can be. I'll be the best communicator I can be. And no matter what, right now, I'm not the best that I can be, but I'm working every day to become that. And even if I never reach that, I'll be very close. I'll be very good. I'll be much better than I was before when I didn't have this mindset, this unstoppable mindset, you know? And I challenge you to create this, to become unstoppable. A lot of you reach me on Instagram, you reach me on social media. You make little questions, but you're missing the fire. You need to want to desire, you need to want to start now. You need to want to start suffering now, because without suffering, you're not going to become unstoppable. You cannot run away from the suffering of cutting the fat out of your body. You cannot run away from the suffering of doing hard fitness challenges. You cannot cut away the suffering of learning how to edit when you never edited. You cannot cut the suffering of filming a long video when you never filmed a long video. But that's how you will become unstoppable. So make this decision and become unstoppable. I made a strong decision. Decided my only plan was to make money online, no fallback, no plan B. I remember I told this to my friend, and I told him that I was taking coaching classes, learning how to do TikTok, learning how to be coach, learning everything that I could, and that I was paying whatever amounts an hour to learn with coaches. And he was like, "What's your goal?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, I will become like these people that I'm paying now, that they are teaching me. They know how to use the internet, and I don't know how to use the internet. You know how to reach people. They had a way that I could pay them, and I don't even know how people can pay me. So I will learn, I will keep practicing, and I will get there. And I don't have a plan B. My only plan is to become an online coach. My only plan is to have a personal brand. My only plan is to support myself and my family doing this, nothing else." So I decided my only plan was to make money online, no fallback, no plan B. I committed to doing whatever it took, invested in coaches, bought programs, studied people who were doing it. This is very important. You need to open your mind to invest in coaching, buy programs, study people who are doing, because most of the people is doing something else. Most people is not doing money online. Most people is not having a personal brand. Most people is not successful online. Most people has regular jobs. They went to university, or they went to whatever route it is that is known to get to where they are. And if you want to get to this route, but you are not currently paying anybody to teach you, you're gonna take so many years to get there. It's gonna be, imagine, I started paying people to teach me and to learn back in 2021. I started being successful, I mean, six figures, at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So it took me almost 3 years. And I was like studying from other people, learning from other people. I was obsessed about it. Imagine how long it might take you until you figure it out if you're not learning from anybody. And sometimes you're like, oh, but maybe this program is not going to work. Yeah, maybe it's not going to work, but it's not the program that works. It's you that works. It's not I got so many programs, and some the value was 10 out of 10. Others the value was 5 out of 10. But from everything I learned, maybe they send me email. What system did they use to send me the email? Maybe they send me a link. What are they using to collect my money? Maybe they send me to a platform. What platform is this? And I learned so much about coaching. I learned so much about social media, about just by getting into programs. And I was not expecting the programs to change my life. I'm responsible to change my life. But I knew that these programs would give me knowledge, that with that knowledge, I would for sure change my life. I set one deadline until I make it. What should I do if I don't create my personal brand in 1 year, or if I don't become an online coach in 2 years, or should I give up? What should I do if in 1 year or 2 years I'm not as ripped or as in shape? Like, some goals, I understand that we need to do goal setting and you need to have clear goals, measurable goals, and put deadlines. But when you are a baby and you need to learn how to walk, imagine if your parents say, oh, if in 12 months he doesn't walk, then he doesn't walk anymore. No, some babies start walking at, my son started walking at 10 months. Other kids, they start walking at 16 months, 17 months. It depends, But the point here is, when you are starting something, your biggest advantage is to have an unlimited deadline, meaning you still create goals. You might say, I want to turn this a reality in 1 year. Okay. But if that doesn't happen, I know I'm going to be in this game forever. Because if somebody wants to get into real estate and they've been in real estate for 30 years, do you think they are not successful? Of course they are successful. They've been there for 30 years. But if they would say, oh, if I don't become the biggest ever in 3 months, then I give up, they probably would never become the biggest ever. So I understand measurable goals and having deadlines, but in this case, when you are going all in, commit that you will do whatever it takes until you make it. Put in a minimum of 3 focused hours every single day. You need to do it. There's no way around it. There's a lot of things that you need to learn. It's going to take you long to film the videos. It's going to take you long to make scripts for content. It's going to take you long to make the peak. It's going to take time. Everything takes time, and it's never as streamlined as you think. You think you're going to get a task that is going to take an half an hour, but then it's going to end up taking 3 hours. You never know. So at least every single day, to build character, to build strength, to show intention, put aside 3 hours to work on this new goal. I'm saying 3 hours. And if I had 6 or 7, I would spend all the 6 and 7. But that's me, because I want to go very quick. But put a minimum of 3 hours focus every single day. I created and posted and published content daily, no matter what. You can see, this is my old TikTok. You can find it, Andre Yala Almeida. If you go there is thousands of posts where every day I just went in front of the camera and I posted. I had no idea what I was doing, but I created things every single day. So I learned how to edit. I'm 30, almost 36 years old. I edit like better than young kids. I learned, because for years I've been editing my own stuff, and I learned something new and sharpened my skills every single day. How to put a song, how to edit a video, how to post a story, how to eat better, what application to use, how to use Loom, for example. That is this application that I'm using to record this video. I know all these things because I went deep into the weeds because I got super in love about the process. Loom, Stem Store to sell the products. Then, if you want to sell in another platform, you can go for Go eye level and the Stripe to take the payments. Not just like the things that you can see, but also the things that you don't see. What is copywriting? How to make a good email? Like guys, I could go here for days, but I learned something new every single day. After I made these strong decisions that you see here, I decided to level up my body and my mind. I wasted a lot of time winging my content. No structure, no plan, just hoping something would work. That's what I did at the beginning. I had an okay body and mindset, but deep down I knew I was falling short of my potential. Like, yeah, my body was okay. Here I was attempting some transformation. I live still in a one bedroom apartment with my dog, with my girlfriend, and so on. And I knew I had to go extreme. I knew I had to have extreme results that people look and be like, okay, this is a crazy result. This is very good, because those were the things that also attracted me. So I needed to become that. So I started learning how to get in shape, and I joined fitness programs, coaching programs. I paid for apps with structure workouts, and finally started to understand the basics of nutrition, calories in, macros. I understood what was proteins and what was the right amount of protein to have, what was the right amount of carbs, how I could. So I learned how to master my body, something I didn't know before. Before I was just working out, but I didn't know how to eat. I didn't know how I could lose weight, gain weight, have a six pack. So I leveled up my body and my mind. I looked for coaches who were doing what I wanted to do and bought every course, every PDF, every mentorship I could find. I did that, at the same time that I mastered my body, because I knew my body was a big part of my personal brand. I also learned how to communicate my skills, how to build a personal brand, how to coach others, because knowing something and coaching others is something completely different, how to put things in order. So I was all the time working with different coaches. I had a TikTok coach. This was my first coaches. They were TikTok coaches, because in 2021, TikTok was like going so big. So there was this online coaches teaching about TikTok. Okay, I was working with them on the TikTok coach. Then I had a fitness coach, two fitness coaches. Then I have life coaching with a coach. All right. Then I joined the fitness program to learn how to be a fitness coach. Okay. Then I joined the girl. She was mentoring me kind of one-on-one through messages on how to make content. And all of this was building me. All this knowledge from these people, maybe not one of them didn't change my life completely. All of them changed my life in different ways, but all of that was building who I am now. I was leveling up my body, and I was leveling up my mind. I dropped all my vices. I used to drink. I don't drink for about 3 years. I used to do drugs. I don't do drugs for about 3 years. I used to party. I don't go out almost never. If I go, always with my girlfriend. I only spend time with my girlfriend, my mom, my sister, and a couple of my best friends. I used to have like all kinds of friends and people that used to go out with me and stuff like that. I removed everything from my life, and it really what that did for me was that give me time to focus on what mattered. Because when you don't remove all the people that is not invested in your dream from your life, you end up spending a lot of time with people and things that don't add up to where you want to go. In my case, I wanted to level up my body and my mind. So the only thing I had in front of me was leveling up my body, leveling up my mind. It was one of the best decisions I've made. Dropped all my vices, and that's when I saw my first results in my body and in my bank account. You need to get in the right lane. You need to get in the right lane. This is very important. You need to understand what is it that you want to do, and who do you want to do? Who do you want to mentor you? What's your what's your destination? Like, we can decide to go now on a trip and I'm on the wrong lane and it's going to take me 3 days to get there, and you are on the right lane and you'll be able to get there in 1 day. It's important that you are in the right lane with the right people, with the right mentor, with the right coach, with the right feeling for you, with the things that you want to do. Don't try to, for example, if I had to be successful online by being like somebody like very like in a teacher setting, I couldn't, because I like to talk, I like to discuss things, but I don't want to sit down every day. Look, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that, and this is, yes, I like to communicate, but that's not really my format. I couldn't be every day like, Andre, I'm the one who teaches mathematics, or I'm the one who teaches about how to run properly. I'm never that guy, So that was not my lane. My lane is more lifestyle, more life coaching. My lane is becoming something and sharing that to the world. That's what I'm good at. That's the lane that I like. That's the lane that I enjoy. That's the people that I follow. So get in the right lane for you. Very important. I got in the right lane by trial and error. So in terms of body, I followed Nick Bare and Obi Vincent during my first real transformation. I learned what actually worked and what didn't. These guys, they have, if you search their names, if you put playbook app, you'll see there's a bunch of coaches with a lot of workouts. I wanted to do more high intensity cardio, and these guys were the guys that had the bodies that I liked the most, Nick Bare and Obi Vincent. So I started studying them. I downloaded the application, again, knowledge. I downloaded the application, I started following their workouts, and that's how I transformed my body for the first time. I joined coaching programs on coaching, content, social media, fitness. I tested everything. I spent years jumping between strategies until I finally understood how to build a personal brand around who I was becoming. In the first videos, if you can see, if you go on my older TikTok, Andre Yal Almeida, you can go on TikTok, you'll see I was like just sitting down on a chair and doing videos, like talking at videos. And then I was doing stupid trends like, you need to do 100 push-ups, you need to do 20 push-ups. I didn't know. I was just testing because my coach was telling me, do this, do that. And I was just testing, see what worked, until I realized that what worked for me was to be me, to be consistent the way I am, and to be resilient the way I am, and to be strong the way I am is very rare. So I knew that I was my best way out. No trend, no nothing, just me focusing on myself. That was the way that I would build my personal brand. I also found out that studying great content and modeling it was the fastest way to grow. This was something that I didn't know in the beginning. In the first years that I was doing content, I didn't know that the way to do it is to analyze content, to study, to first go about your brand and so on and so forth, but it's not the place for it now, but to go about your brand, to all the principles of your brand, of your values, of the things that you want to do, the things that you don't want to do, blah, 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 how you want to look, who looks like that, blah, blah, blah. But then studying content, and then start by knowing how to model that content, instead of like, for years I was just like, what reel will I do today? And I would just do some bullshit out of my mind that I thought it was the best thing ever, but now I look at it and it sucked, without any principles of how to create reels, of how to do hooks. I didn't know nothing. I just thought, oh, it's me, it's gonna go. And no, so when I found out that studying great content and modeling was the fastest way to grow, it was a game changer. And then I got laser focused on my message and committed to post 3 times a day to scale fast. Then I refined the process that built my brand. After I understood what I had to do with my body, what I had to do with content, I decided that I had to refine the process and build my brand the right way. Creating the right content. I started by posting talking head videos and TikTok trends. I wasn't good on camera, and most of it felt cringe. Here I am, like telling you need to do this. This was on my old TikTok, and then talking at videos of things that I really liked, but it was not well done, and then jumping jacks videos, whatever. But I wanted to do social media in a way I could be proud of, not fake it just to fit in, Like I would look back at my posts and I would be like, oh, so I really need to be screaming at people, telling them to do jumping jacks and push-ups to be successful on social media. But my coach is telling me this, so I will do this. But I wasn't feeling proud about it. So I shifted to creating content that matched my lifestyle and that I actually cared about. Now my content is all about nutrition and what I eat and the relationships with my wife and my philosophy on life, my philosophy on mindset, my fitness achievements, things like that. And that's something that I really care about. So my content that got much better, and I'm super proud to show it. I love it. So growth came when I stopped trying to act like an expert and started inspiring, documenting, and triggering real change in others. So instead of like trying to, this is how you grow on social media, like that's not me. That's what I was talking before. That's not my lane. My lane is about like inspiring people, motivating, discipline, and stuff like that. So my growth came when I went all in who I was rather than just trying to chase trends and trying to do things that I didn't feel super comfortable about it. Then staying consistent. I posted every single day for almost 3 years with zero results. If you don't believe, go on my TikTok, ADRE space YALA space ALMEIDA. On this TikTok is where I was posting most of the times for almost 3 years with zero results. I kept posting, but started to lose direction and clarity because I was just posting. You see, this is a TikTok. I was posting, but then I didn't like the content. Some of it was like I was just hopping on trends. It started to feel like a chore, so I was posting just to check a box. But I kept going and eventually realized that what I was doing wrong. That's when I started studying content, doing deep research, analysis, and modeling success. So I posted for so long, nothing was happening. I had to start thinking like, what am I doing wrong? And one of the coaches that I had gave me a table to analyze content, to study content. I was like, what the fuck? It's like study 50 videos. I was like, what the fuck? But it made sense. But I have never done it before. And to be honest, this was one of the things that had the biggest impact in my life because when I understood that, I was like, oh my God, this is a shit code. So I need to study what I'm doing. Again, learn. I need to study what I'm doing. So I kept going and eventually realized that what I was doing wrong. And when I started studying content deeply, research and analysis and modeling success, things really skyrocketed for me. So I put it all together. Get in the best shape of my life, not to impress, but to lead with presence. Realized the key was learning how to create powerful content, not just post for attention. I stopped posting just to stay active and start communicating with clarity and purpose. And that's when I finally start growing with structure, confidence, and real momentum. That's when all came together. That's when all the trial and error, all the years, all the dedication finally made sense. I understood, okay, I'm in control. Master my body, get in the best shape of your life. You don't need to impress anybody. This is just like how you're going to show up with your personal brand. I understood how to create powerful content. So the content really, because I have the knowledge, is really on my hands, is about how much I'm willing to sacrifice and how much I'm willing to put my head down and to really do it. I don't need to stop to post just to post. I need to I can post now with clarity and purpose because I now know what's my clarity, what's my purpose, what's my intention. And then when I put that all together and the content started having a lot of quality because I was doing things that I studied, I blew up. Master your daily plan. If you can see, these are two WhatsApp pictures of a group I had with my girlfriend back in 2022, 3 years ago. And I was every day, I read this, I meditated this, I did these 3 TikToks. I counted my money. I learned this lesson. This is the water that, because it's good to have a daily plan, to have routines, because you can actually see your progress. You can actually see your progress. I went to this group that I'm now using again. I stopped using, now I'm using again, and I saw all the progress that I did during 90 days. I went from uh, 87 kilos to 78, and I have that every single picture and every single comment and that's amazing. Create a daily plan and open a WhatsApp group where you can track your daily plan. Because I eventually realized that I had no system. I was forced to learn real content creation. I started researching what works, breaking down high performing posts and reverse engineering content that builds trust. So here is a table that I use, the Excel sheet, where you have the link, how many views, likes, comments, shares, duration, hook, clips, formats of the clip. And I used to I use and I still do put all these links on Excel sheet and then analyze it. Then, based on this analysis of the content I searched, I then started to put 3 pieces of content a day, not randomly, but with strategy. See, in 2022, I was doing randomly, I would just find 3 TikToks and my daily plan was 3 TikToks random. But then I learned also to study content, so I started studying content and then finding 3 pieces to put out strategically because I knew that these pieces of content were working. Since then, I've grown more than ever because now I post with clarity, not just consistency. So master your daily plan, understand what you have to do, track what you have to do, and things will start going in the right direction if you do the right things. I also did things that were not the right things and I didn't have the results. But if you master a plan doing the right things, you will have results. And the way to get to do the right things is to learn like you are doing now. Now you are seeing everything that I've done, and I'm sure that you are taking a lot of notes and you're understanding, okay, I can do this as well. I went to that as well. Let me adapt. That's how we all, the main thing for everything, knowledge. Without knowledge, you won't get anywhere. I used to dream of making money online, of building something that gave me freedom, but I wasn't putting in the work where it mattered. I didn't study the game deeply enough. I didn't invest real time or real money into learning the skills that actually move the needle. I had a desire, but no knowledge. And without knowledge, especially the kind that builds mastery in content creation, nothing happens. That's when it clicked for me. If the key to winning online is content, then I need to become the kind of content creator who could compete at the highest level, not just in ideas, but in skill. I had to learn how to coach. I had to learn how to communicate. I had to learn how to build trust on camera. And just like everything else in life, it started with knowledge. Another thing that changed everything was realized how visual the game is. If you have a strong body, your content hits harder. People take you more seriously. You gain authority faster. It's not about vanity, it's about using your discipline as a visual message. It's a win-win. You get healthier and you become more magnetic. Since I understood those things and started acting like it, my brand took off. My reach exploded. My coaching helped more people than I ever thought it would. But most of all, I feel in control because I finally understand how to solve problems and create growth from a place of power. And the real reason is simple. I stopped guessing. I chose knowledge. Now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you are tired of not growing on social media, tired of not having a second income or not knowing how to replace your current one, tired of having a skill but not knowing how to monetize it, tired of having zero control over your time, your schedule, or your income, tired of not being the person you know you are capable of becoming, and you are ready to grow your audience with purpose, ready to monetize your content and your skills, ready to get in the best physical and mental shape of your life, ready to actually transform your life starting now, ready to invest in yourself, I can help you build a six-figure personal brand using discipline, mindset, and knowledge. If this is something that you are really serious about, if this is something that you are committed to achieve, if this is something that is a life goal of yours, I can help you achieve that. But you need to be committed with time, and you need to be committed financially. But it's possible because I have the knowledge that I'm using for myself that I can transfer to you and work with you one-on-one to help you reach your goals. If building a six-figure personal brand using discipline, mindset, and knowledge is something that you've been looking at for a long time, something that is a priority of yours, something that you want to do right now, something that you believe in, something that you see it as yours already to get, click the link in the description and book a call one-on-one with me, and let's see if you are a fit to work with me, and let's do it. So hopefully you got a lot of value from this video. I enjoyed doing it a lot. Don't forget, if you want to see if you qualify to work one-on-one with me, hit the link in the description and book a call with me, and let's talk. Let's go.